Hey, Queen. So I want to talk to you about the whole topic of biological clock. When your clock is ticking. Now, the mainstream narrative tells you that, having children, all of that, it's just a preference. It's just a choice. Yeah, of course it is. Of course it is. But what we're not talking about is the human nature and how strongly your the animal side of you, your human nature, is terribly underestimated when that statement is issued. Kind of like it's just a choice, it's just preference. The whole topic of baby, children, all of that. I want you to be aware of this topic when you are out dating, when you are out dealing with men, when you start hitting 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 30 and above, there is something real out there within you that is called your biological clock, your human nature. You are not a floating soul. You are a soul in a human body, in an animal. Human is like the name of the species of the animal. We are the human animal. What makes us different is that we have a soul, a higher level of consciousness than the cats and the dogs and the trees, all of that, right? Sorry if I'm out of breath, it's because I'm actually pregnant. So I'm like literally out of breath every 2 seconds. Bear with me. So I want you to be careful with underestimating your animal side, your human nature, and not really being aware of it being more than just a preference and just a choice. You see, your animal self has in your DNA written, programmed, reproduce, okay, as a female. And there's no stopping it. And to illustrate this topic and why I want you to be careful, I'm going to tell you a couple of stories. So back in the day, when my coaching practice started to emerge, I was in the corporate world in senior management, and one of the other senior managers that that worked close to me, she's a PhD, super high achiever, badass woman, okay? Smart, intellectual, this and that. And she told me the story of how she came to have 3 children from 2 or 3 different fathers. And she told me that her last 2 children happened as follows. She said, I was 35 and I wanted to have children. Kind of like an anxiety about it. And she's like, I was dating, and this one guy, we went on a date, like The second date, he came to her house and he never left. And a couple months later, she was pregnant. She had the child. And a year later, she was pregnant with another child. And she's like looking back because, well, fast forward, I started talking to her because she had been in court trying to defend her because, of course, she had good money, right? She's PhD, successful, so and so, smart. So she was trying to defend her net worth at court because this guy had targeted all along. He was a predator to take her money. Okay. And she's like looking back, she's like, how the fuck did that happen? And she's like, I can only explain it as I wanted to have these children. And that was like my only goal, but it was not conscious. Okay. Let's just go to another example. I've talked about her before. Someone that came to a consultation with me. She had she was divorced, this woman. She was 33. And clock started ticking. What happened is she got together with this guy that she met abroad because she manifested him, right? She wanted to manifest love and a child and blah, blah, blah. She got together with him and he told her from day one, I'm never going to marry anyone. I'm not going to marry you. If you want to be with me, you need to know that I'm not marrying you. If you're in your right mind, aka you haven't slept with this guy, you're obviously not going to continue to see him. But of course, she did him. Red flags, ignored. Fast forward some months, she gets pregnant. And this guy did end up proposing to her somehow. But what happened? He canceled their engagement and their wedding 2 times. Yeah. And what woman in their right mind would go through such humiliation, through such disrespect, through such nastiness? It's a woman that is desperate for a child and a woman that is pair bonded, right? A woman not in her right rational mind. She's like a little animal, hypnotized, intoxicated by hormones. That's a pair bonding. And then your biological clock, that animal in you that needs to reproduce, whatever, is unstoppable. You will do the stupidest things. You will get together with the worst of men. Yeah? Look at all the stories around you. All the single women, single mom, like all the single moms out there, when they tell you the horror stories of the men they were with, yeah? Not only was that the effect of pair bonding, but you need to be aware of the effect of the biological clock. Once it hits you, it tells you reproduce nonstop. even the most intelligent woman with a PhD, even I'm trying to think if there's like a celebrity example of this. Well, there's your Kardashians, like Khloe, like Kylie. Kylie's a perfect example. She really, really wanted to have a baby. Who do we choose? Okay, that one. Like, you don't care. You do not care who it is. And this is the meat of the video. You will not care who is in front of you. You will get pregnant. It happens to the best of women. I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you, a lot of my clients, these are women that are freaking brilliant. What happened? Why did you have a child with this man? Not only it was a pair bonding, but once it hits you, the biological clock, there's no stopping it. Like, you will become like, I mean, if someone in the comments can please say if this happened to them. Maybe if you're young, no. So I'll tell you, I thought I was immune to that. Because I've prided myself my entire life of being hyper rational, super strategic, with a very well developed masculine energy. I thought I was immune to this. When I was 39, the day that I turned 39, it hit me. And I'm telling you, it hits you like a train. You can say goodbye to your rational self. But anyway, I was obviously very lucky that I literally got pregnant immediately, like 2 weeks after, right? Uh, and I have an amazing husband and all of that. So I was just really caught up with things, previously and stuff. And I thought I was immune to this. But no, turns out that I'm a human being too, right? And yeah, yeah. I'm telling you, a lot of my clients are phenomenal, intelligent, accomplished women that had children with men that you're like, what the hell happened? Like Kylie, like Khloe Kardashian. Yeah. Why do you think that is? Because, and again, this is not something super conscious. This is really like it's kind of rare to hear a woman say, man, my clock is like, it's kind of rare that you're really, really conscious about it. It's more of a subconscious like behavior, right? But that's the whole point of this video, that I want you to be aware of your animal nature, of your human nature. Your biological clock is real, and it's freaking dangerous if you're not aware of it. And yeah, you want to be aware of it. But what's most important is that if you underestimate that force, the force of life, the force of human nature, then literally the force of life, you are in deep trouble, girl. If you bought into the narrative of It's just a choice. Like it is on a conscious level, yeah. But on a human level, your body is like a machine of reproducing. And it will override your mind, your rational self. Literally, like if that wasn't true, coaches, people like me wouldn't exist because like 80% of my clients are like single moms in their late 30s or 40s, right? So I have very, very few clients that are in their 20s. Literally, maybe like two. It's because what happens is that most people wait until they hit a few train wrecks, or and part of those train wrecks are, okay, now I'm 37, 38, time's ticking. We need to find a husband now. That's part of that, right? So anyway, I want you to be aware of it, and I don't want you to I don't want you to be caught by it by surprise. And if you're putting like husband, family, and all of that in the back burner, I want you to think again. I want you to think again. I have other videos on, or one other video on this topic that is called Hustling Over Men and Family. So go watch that. But anyway, that's it for now. Let me know in the comments if this rings a bell. If you're triggered, it's ringing a bell. So let me know. Bye now.